about what a function is. When you take a look at an ordered pair, x, y, each x coordinate is paired with only one y coordinate. In order for it to be a function, no x coordinate can be repeated. So if you have a bunch of list of coordinates, you have to look at the x's, and if you see some that are repeated, then it would not be a function. If you take a look, let's scroll down here and take a look at some of these examples. Look at example A. Notice that in example A, this is what we call a mapping diagram. In a mapping diagram, the input is your x values and the output is your y. When you take a look, 0 is paired up with 2. So what would that coordinate be? 0, 2. 0 is paired up with 3. So that coordinate is 0, 3. 5 is paired up with 4. So that would be 5, 4. And 10 is paired up with 4. So that coordinate would be 10, 4. If you now take a look at what you see here, is you have an x coordinate that has 0, 0, 5, and 10. Notice that right here, there's two x coordinates that are exactly the same. So in this case, this example would not be a function because of those x coordinates. Okay, let's take a look at B, example B. Notice here's my x values. Do you see any that are the same? No. So is this one a function? Yes, this is considered a function because none of the x values are the same or none repeat. Take a look at example C, where they have them all listed. Again, you have an x value or an input value of 1, 2, and 3. Do any repeat? No. So this one is a function. We'll put yes. And in example D, we have another mapping diagram. So again, if I list my coordinates, this coordinate is going to be 1, 6. Sometimes it helps to write it out to the side. This one is 3, 6. And this one is 5, 6. Okay, so notice that if you look at all your x coordinates, they're all different. So this is also a function. Let's scroll down. And now let's take a look at how we can tell whether or not on a graph it can be a function. So if you take a look, we do what's called a vertical line test. If you can draw a vertical line through more than one point at a time on the same line, and more than one point touches that vertical line, then we say that's not a function. And the reason it's not a function is because if you look at the coordinates of those ordered pairs on that line, they have the same x value. So for example, the ordered pairs right here, let me go back and look. Right here, that ordered pair is 3, 4. And you can write it over here if you like. This ordered pair should be right there. That ordered pair is 3, negative 1. Since they both have an x coordinate of 3, but they're different y coordinates, we would say that those two points does not represent a function. So let's take a look at an example. Here's some ways right here that I've listed for you of ways you can tell whether things are functions or not. You can use what's a list, where you just list out the coordinates. This is a table. This is what we call a mapping diagram. So you pair the x values with the y. Description is in words. Your equation, because you can plug numbers in for x and get an output of y. Function notation, which we're going to talk about later. And a graphing method where you can use your vertical line test.
A rainbow color.
Alright. A couple examples here.